What up, everybody? It's your boy Alex P, King of Sin City, and this is King of Vegas Podcast, Episode 4. I'm super excited to be here today, and baby, it's a pajama party. It's a pajama party today. I'm really happy to be here today. Let's go ahead and get into things today. So today we're going to talk about female rappers. There's been a lot of things going on in the female rap scene, so like I said, we got to get right up into it. I don't have a drink today. I don't have smoke. I don't have anything today. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of do a sober show, see how that kind of goes. I feel like it's going pretty good so far. I feel the energy. Okay. I got this Minnie Mouse jacket on. I got on. Oh, well, you know what? I didn't set up the other cameras today. So we're just doing one cam. So I don't know why I was gonna show you guys, but I have on some red pajama pants. Let's go ahead and get into things today. So female rappers. First, I want to get into my top 5. I really want to get into my top 5 because I feel like I have a solid top 5. If you are young, if you were born within like 2006 and over, you may not know everybody who I know, and I'm not like making fun of you or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, I'm a little older. I'm 1996, so I'm just saying, like, 10 years later, maybe, like, I don't know, maybe you guys don't know who they are. Maybe you do. Maybe your parents and your siblings or whoever raised you gave you some taste. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So my top 5 female rappers of all time, and I really just want to say that I'm really unfucking apologetic about it. Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so coming in at number 5, I would have to give it to my girl Queen Pen. Now, if you don't know who Queen Pen is, she is a female rapper that came out in the 90s. And she came out around the time, she's from New York, so she grew up around, she said, she has stories with Kim, during her come up, and who else? Missy, she knows all of the great female rappers that came from the 90s, and she's one of them. She was the first female rapper to have a number 1 single on the Billboard Hot 100 with No Diggity. She was a featured artist, but her verse is the verse that we all scream the loudest. You know what I'm saying? So Queen Pen, I feel like she didn't get the recognition she truly deserved. She didn't get the push in the marketing that I felt like she truly needed to be the superstar that she deserved to be. She's one of, and then fuck the awards, fuck the stats, fuck the achievements, fuck the charts. We're talking straight bars. Queen Pen is one to not fuck with. You cannot fuck with Queen Pen. You can't fuck with Queen Pen. She is raw. She's so unapologetic, but she's so smooth with it at the same time. You know, I remember being 4 years old, 3 years old, 1990, 2000, and watching VH1 and Party Ain't a Party coming on, and just seeing, she was just so beautiful. She was just the perfect combination of feminine but masculine. You know what I mean? I don't know, and I mean that as a compliment. I truly do. I mean, she's beautiful. You want to approach her, but she'll slap the shit out of you if she don't want you around. You just kind of get that energy from her. But I definitely think that Queen Pen is one of the greatest female rappers of all time. She's in my top 5, coming in at number 5. She only had about 2 or 3 studio projects, but the business sucks. That's all that I'll say about that. The business is garbage, and I do believe that she has and had what it take at the time to have been able to go on further. And regardless, shout out to Queen Pen. She's one of the greats, and I don't think anybody can take that away from her. I think what had happened was she became a mom, and from what I had heard on because I went ahead, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be looking up YouTube videos and stuff and seeing what happened to, what's going on with, and then you just put the artist name. And they said when she went ahead and became a mom, she kind of started focusing on that a lot more. But she still was rapping when she had her baby, but it just became a little harder. I don't know. Shout out to Queen Pen. Much respect. All right, so I would have to say, coming in at number 4, my number 4 female rapper, greatest female rapper of all time, would have to be the rawest, Rah Digga. Man, Rah Digga. Now, Rah Digga, I don't think the boys want to even spit against her. She's one of those, just to slap your face, spit in your face, um I don't know, grab your throat, make you eat her pussy. I don't know, like she's one of those, and I like, but like I don't know, you could tell she's really a gangster. But like besides all that, just speaking about the pen and speaking about the craft, she's raw. I remember being a young boy and then watching her. I don't remember what it was. She was at a radio station and she was freestyling with a whole bunch of women. I remember Queen Pen was there as well, and she just ate the mic up. One thing about female rappers in the late 90s and early 2000s, it just kind of seemed like they really pushed them off when they reached a peak. And I could tell because, well, one, just thinking of the business side of things, having a female rapper on your label is very, very expensive, because you got to think about the hairstyling, the nails, the makeup, the clothes. That's just one thing alone for the female rapper. Then the studio time comes in, the actual artistry. And back then, I don't know if rappers were doing artist development, but you know, usually back in the day, the artist would do artist development. And I remember that Rah Digga had said that she was getting ready to drop her second studio album, or it was her second or third studio album, and she had like all of these big features on there, and I don't know what happened, but the label just kind of forgot about it. And it's just really unfortunate, because a lot of the girls who were hungry and who really had it didn't get that market and didn't get that push. Now, Rah Digga still kept it hot. She was dropping, you know, tracks, mixtapes, things like that. And, you know, after the whole label incident and things like that. So, I don't know. What do you guys go ahead and check out Rah Digga's music on all streaming platforms, and go ahead and check out her cyphers and her freestyles, man. Like, that's just something different. You know what I mean? The radio hits are cool, but the freestyles, that's really who she is. And you could just tell she gets really excited and still gets really excited when it's time to get behind the mic. All right, so coming in at number 3 on my top 5 greatest female rappers of all time, I'm gonna have to give it to Foxy Brown, man. Foxy Brown doesn't get the credit she truly deserves, because she is definitely one of the pioneers, one of the queens. You could debate it would be, okay, so let me go ahead and break this down before we continue on. The queens of hip hop and the queen of rap, two different things. Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap. I believe that Lil' Kim is the queen of the culture of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to spitting, the pen, the bars, that's Nicki. But the influence, the entire everything about hip hop, it would have to go to Kim. But one could argue that it would go to Foxy. But for some reason, and I believe that colorism has a lot to do with it, because she was the dark skin female rapper. She was very threatening because she was raw. She was fucking undeniably beautiful. And this is the mid 90s. So it's the peak of, like I've said this in the videos, the peak of playing in your face, disrespecting you, discriminate you, stereotyping you. And you can't say nothing about it because I'm just playing. And if you defend yourself, you're the villain and I'm the victim now. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what she had to go through as a dark-skinned black woman. In the music industry, and she was just very treated unfairly, you know what I mean? But every time she dropped a project, she went hard. She was the first female rapper to have an album, I believe, debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. If not, oh yeah, she was the first one. I was gonna say she was the first that went platinum, but that was Da Brat. Da Brat was the first female rapper that went platinum, to have a female rap album to go platinum. But Foxy Brown was the first female rapper to have a number 1 album on the Billboard Hot 100. And I believe also too, her follow-up project went number 1, and I believe also her third project went number 1, if I'm not mistaken. But I know for sure the first 2 albums debuted at number 1. And like, for a rapper, that was insane, especially a female rapper, because female rappers have always just kind of been like, they got the shitty end of the stick, you know what I mean? And her album came out a week after Lil' Kim's debut album, but we'll get to that in a second. I just believe Foxy Brown, man, when it comes to the pen, when it comes to the mic, she's undeniably like just a rapper. You don't even think female rapper. You think a rapper. She's one of the boys. You know what I mean? She's competed with the best. She's rapped with the best, and she is the best. And I gotta give my hat off and salute to Foxy Brown. All right. So coming in at number 2, greatest female rappers of all time. My number 2 spot, whatever you want to call it, would have to go to the Queen Bee, Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim is not the first female rapper of all time. That would go to Roxanne. One of the first big ones would be like Salt and Pepper, Queen Latifah. These are all the women that came before Lil' Kim. But Lil' Kim, she took being a female rapper to the next level. It was because before then, female rappers kind of like had the masculine look. It would kind of look like, kind of like a stud or something like that, and that's when female rappers were kind of be taken serious. But when Lil' Kim came out, she was coming out with like a thong, a bikini, and a fur coat to cover up, but just showing the front and still being able to rap like the boys. Her and Foxy Brown, they're definitely the co-pioneers in my opinion, when it comes to what we know of as female rap today, in 2024. And what was that, 28 years ago when Lil' Kim, and I believe it was 28 years ago when Lil' Kim dropped her debut album, Hardcore, the female rap Bible. Let me tell you guys, I know that there's debates about the numbers and female rap albums that have outsold Hardcore, but this album is the reason why all of those albums were able to do so. My favorite song on the track, my favorite songs off the album would have to be Queen Bitch and Drugs. Seriously, you guys got to go check out those tracks. I really feel like Lil' Kim doesn't get the respect today that she deserves. She's kind of like looked at as a joke on the internet, and her legacy is not really taken serious, and people really try to like downplay it, and I believe the word would be like diminish it. And I correct me if I'm wrong if that's not the word. But I really think, I don't know, I just feel like Lil' Kim deserves the respect that a Jay-Z gets, or that a Nas gets, or that even like a Kanye West that came nearly a decade after her gets. I believe, even though Kanye gets himself into controversy, he still is respected within what he's done for hip hop and rap music. And I believe that Lil' Kim, I don't know why she's really laughed at when it comes to it. I know that people really try to play out on her looks and the way that she's evolved today and how she looks completely different from 30 years ago. Anybody's going to look different. Whether you get operation, plastic surgery, procedures or not, you're going to look completely different from 30 years ago today, And I even whatever it is that they want to make fun of her of, that has nothing to do with what she's done for hip hop. You know what I mean? They try to take things personal, or things that have happened in her life, and try to like make that go a part of her legacy, when in my opinion has nothing to do with it. She is the first, and you can't take that away from her. So I got to go ahead and give Lil' Kim a spot, number 2, respectfully so. Shout out to Lil' Kim. Okay, so my number 1 spot, the greatest female rapper of all time, unapologetically in my opinion, would have to be Nicki Minaj. Unapologetically, Nicki Minaj. Now, however you want to speak about it, if you want to talk about stats, achievements, charts, awards, everything, Nicki Minaj has covered it all. I mean, you could sit here and say, oh, she don't have a Grammy, but she's one of the, I believe, if not the, I'm not trying to give her a title or anything, but she's definitely one of the most nominated female rappers of all time. And we could sit here and act like we don't know what's going on, but we know what's going on. And there's definitely, we all know that Nicki Minaj is is the shit. Like, undeniably it. We could talk about stats, achievement. We could talk about the fashion. She's up there. Obviously, she's been influenced by whoever became before her, and she's publicly said that repeatedly several times during her come up. But it just comes to a time where the homage stops and it's about you now. And it's about what you're doing. You know what I mean? And I don't think she's never... Nicki Minaj got really famous really fast. And when I say really famous, I mean like she became one of the mainstream pop girls. And that's never been seen in the history of music. Like, at that point, she was in 35 years of hip hop at that point when she debuted. 30 years for sure. We've never seen anything like that. Anything like that. She just took it to a next level, and that's the reason why we're able to have a Doja Cat, a Megan Thee Stallion, a Cardi B, a Lotto. All of these girls is because of a Nicki Minaj. And when Nicki Minaj came out, it was like a blank period, an empty period where female rappers weren't really cared about. Like, the labels just did not give a fuck about female rappers. And she was just like, nah, I see a spot, I'm gonna come get that. You know what I mean? But I want to speak about just bars. Nicki Minaj wraps circles around everybody. I've never really heard a track that Nicki Minaj didn't intentionally try to steal the spotlight. She does it intentionally. And there are times where she does hold back. It's very, very rare. The Barbie song that had came out for the movie Barbie, she didn't go all the way in on that. The Rich the Kid, Sorry Not Sorry, she didn't go all the way in on that. But Nicki Minaj, if she wants to take the attention, she's going to. And you can't deny it. She's out-rapped every single of the greatest rappers of all time. She definitely has. Male rappers that I'm talking about. She's just one of those. She's like one of the greatest rappers, period. Nicki Minaj is one of my top 5 greatest rappers. Not even female rappers of all time. You can't deny her. You can't. You just can't deny it. Now, Doja Cat's doing her own thing, but I don't really consider Doja Cat one of the, and I mean this as a compliment as a female rapper. I would really consider her as a mega superstar, like an artist. I consider her as an artist. And I know like how a lot of people would be like, why are you just calling me an R&B artist? Why are you just calling me a rapper? Why are you just calling me, I want to be an artist. I do music. Doja Cat is that. Like, she just does everything. Pop, R&B. She does a little bit of R&B, but she's not an R&B artist. I know that's controversial. But if she wants to do R&B, she can. She can rap. But like, she just mixes it all up and makes a Doja Cat. And you can't really like put it in a genre. You know what I mean? But like I said, my top 5, I don't think we'll ever see something like that again. Because everybody after them is my top 5 had done. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not like trying to downplay anybody, because I give my respects to everybody. But I don't know, like, female rap is everybody's kind of like the same. But I'm used to, you know, because I grew up in the era where everybody was really different. You did have a Little Kim, you did have the Foxy Browns, but you also had a Missy Elliott. You also had a Da Brat. You also had a Yo-Yo. You know what I'm saying? You had an MC Lyte. You know, so many different female rappers. It's like just to choose from, and they're all different types of dishes. They're not all just the same thing. And I feel like today everybody's kind of the same thing, but I don't think that's the female rapper's fault. I think that is the label's doing. And I won't say that everybody is the same. I believe everybody that is getting pushed is the same. Is the result of a Nicki Minaj, a Cardi B, a Little Kim. Like, they all want one of those again. And I don't think anybody's gonna get that. So, and I think that's why it works so well for like a Doja Cat, because she's doing her own thing and dominating. Megan Thee Stallion as well. She's I would say she's one of those of today. She definitely is one of those of today. I really am excited though to see like for the female rappers to come. Like Glorilla, I really like Glorilla. I think she's dope. Sexy Red, everybody's obsessed with this Sexy Red chick. She's super dope. Get it sexy, ha. I think something about her. Because, you know, every year for the last like 3-4 years, we keep getting this new female rapper every summer. And we keep thinking that they're going to be the next one to really take over and dominate. And just because like everybody keeps having that summer that we think, oh, they're going to be the one to dominate forever. But then the next summer comes and they don't have a repeated summer. It's really just one summer. And with Sexy Red, I don't know, she's kind of catching a 2 summers in a row thing. And that's very rare. And that really excites me because I really want to see where she's going to go. You know, Ice Spice as well. I really think that people need to give Lotto a fair chance. I don't know what it is about Lotto that people don't like, but she's very underrated, and she definitely has what it takes to make rapping still about rapping as a female rapper. So shout out to her. That's our show. No, but for real, that's the show today. And also I want to give a special shout out to a female rapper that's been in the game for like over a decade now, but is continuously, purposely being overlooked. Shout out to Asian Doll. Asian Doll is the hardest doll. She's doing exactly what all the boys of today are doing. All the boys from like 2019 to now. Asian Doll's been doing that and is doing that. I think it goes back to like the Foxy Brown thing because she is a, you know, she is a dark skinned woman. She's like, purposely, like, they just want to, like, ignore her and what she does. And she, like, is a tough chick, and they don't like that about her. They don't like that you could just tell her, shut the fuck up, and she'll shut the fuck up. Nah, she'll slap you the fuck back. She won't even tell you, bitch, you shut the fuck up. That's just the aura I get from Asian Doll. But she's super dope. I like Asian Doll. I like all the dolls. I like Dream Doll, Cuban Doll, Cash Doll. The dolls are actually pretty hard. But Asian Doll, I believe that she deserves to be one of the greatest. And the thing about Asian Doll, I think the labels and the other girls know, which is why they really don't want to collab with her. If they give her a spot, if she gets just a second to really show the world, because she hasn't been able to show the world, maybe the internet, but the world, like a mainstream moment. If they give her like on a mainstream verse, they know like, nah, this girl's going to be a problem. She's going to take over and then we're going to have to worry about her. She's something to worry about. She's definitely something to worry about. So shout out to Asian Doll. But let me know who you guys' favorite female rappers of all time. Do you guys have a top 5? Do you think my top 5 is whack? Let me know. Did I forget anybody? Shout out to, let me try to think. Shout out to, who? I'm trying to think. I can't think of anybody. Oh my goodness. Shout out to all the female rappers in the game. Who've just been doing it. You know what I mean? Da Brat. I believe I've said Da Brat. Everybody. Shout out to everybody. Let me know. Comment, rate, subscribe. Follow me on all your favorite social media platforms. King of Vegas podcast. And the next episode, if not the next episode, for sure, episode 6, I'm going to go ahead and announce the giveaway, how you're going to win that $200. And I'm really, really excited. So follow me on Instagram as well, Mr. Kingston City. And let me know who your top 5 favorite female rappers of all time, and who do you think is going to be the next female rapper to take over and dominate? Or do you think that we're not going to have another female rapper like that? Everyone's just going to have to share the pie. Let me know.